We often hear the word brand or branding, building a brand. The other day, I had a great question from one of you. Matt, can you break down what the hell that actually means to me?
My goal is to help restaurant owners finally get to where they want to go. But more than that, my goal is to find entrepreneurs within that segment that actually know what it means to hustle. That's my goal. Come on the journey with me.
Restaurant Marketing Secrets, episode 560. I'm your host, Matt Plapp, and today we're going to dig into one of the topics from yesterday. We're going to talk about brand. Not about the process of doing it, but more about what it means. And I can talk about this from firsthand experience because I have seen the evolution of a few different brands. When we had our boat dealership that we started back in the late 90s by creating a website and doing a virtual boat dealership, I still kind of scratch my head and think, how in the hell did we get that idea? Because me and my dad and my brother were not digital people, but we fell into it and we got lucky, I guess. But as we built that brand, I'll never forget the moment that I realized exactly what it meant. And we had built it from the consignment shop. We bought out a place called Ellesmere Marine around 2003. We then tweaked the name to Plapp's Ellesmere Marine. And then a year later, Plapp's Pro Outdoors. We had an evolution we came up with a consultant, a guy named Mike Listerman, who helped us create the colors we were going to use, the font, the logo, all of the stuff that you kind of think about goes into the making of a brand. But it wasn't until a couple years later that it hit me what it was. So early on in that process, we identified red and yellow as our colors. And we did that because we noticed that nobody used that combination. Yellow was not very popular. I also, around the same time, saw the new Hummers coming out. And the color that Hummer was running hard on TV with the H2 was yellow. I thought, well, man, this is a great opportunity. How many of our competitors are going to have the guts to drop 80 to 100K on an SUV, which, by the way, is not really a big deal for your business when you look at the value and you look at what it can do for marketing. I did run into a restaurant guy at Pizza Expo who has a wrapped Corvette. Thank you. We got a video of it coming soon. But we bought the yellow Hummer. And so we had stuck with, we knew where we wanted to go. We had red and gray, red and white. We had been playing with yellow. The Hummer sealed the deal. I said, we're going to lean into this. We ended up getting 2 yellow H2 Hummers. And it also worked out because I do try to find a way to be frugal. That instead of having to drop like $5K on an entire wrap, I only had to drop like $1,500 on graphics to go over top of the yellow. So it killed 2 birds with 1 stone. But here's the moment it hit me. That was, let's say, 2003-ish. 2006, I'm in Columbus, Ohio at the Columbus Boat and Fishing Expo. Now, me and my brother each had a Hummer. My brother didn't go to the show, so he was in Northern Kentucky. I was in Columbus. And I knew for a fact where both of us were because we had been in conversation about business. Guy walks up to me and says, Matt, saw the Hummer yesterday in West Virginia, bro. Looks awesome. I look at him, and as he's talking, I'm thinking, West Virginia? I'm trying to picture a map where the hell I was at that point, because we went to 17 boat shows every winter. So I was trying to wonder where I was at. And I'm like, I'm not near West Virginia, Matt. And he goes, but it was weird. The logos weren't on it. And then I had to stop and think, and then the guy shook my hand and left. And I'm thinking, what does this guy mean the logos aren't on it? And then it clicked. He identified a random yellow Hummer H2 as our company. That is brand. He was a state away. At that point, Columbus, I think, from West Virginia is an hour and a half to Wheeling, so maybe hour and 2 hours away. Not near where we were, but the day before had seen a yellow Hummer with no logos on it. And it didn't occur to him that it wasn't ours. To him, it was our Hummer. We just took the logos off. Maybe he has no clue how stickers work. Maybe he thought it was a magnet. I have no idea. But I was like, holy shit. That is brand.
Commercial time. Okay, today I want to talk about something quick, something easy, and something you need to have, restaurant owners. The America's Best Restaurants RGA Guide. Revenue Generating Activities. This is a 12-month planner, marketing and sales tactics to help you double your restaurant sales. If you want to grow your restaurant, you have to grow your database. You have to grow the attention you're getting on Facebook and Instagram. You have to grow your influence in your community. And in my opinion, you need to double it. We have created an inexpensive marketing training that you could take advantage of today. It is the Restaurant RGA Guide. Go to mattplapp.live/RGA. Now back to the show.
So as we tie this back to you, I want to also hammer home the fact of one really, really, really important thing with brand. Brand is the biggest supporter of acquisition. And what I mean by that is, as a restaurant, your goal is to get Matt Plapp and other people like me to come eat. Tonight, we're going to a Mexican restaurant with my daughter Paige, my son Cole, maybe some of Paige's friends, and my wife up in Cincinnati called Mi Cozumel. It's a badass place, badass experience. Can't wait. They're building one here in Northern Kentucky, but we're going to make the 40-minute trek up there. Mi Cozumel's goal of their marketing and advertising is to acquire me as a customer and get me coming back. So when they run Facebook ads, when they do an email marketing blast, when they do a text, the goal of that is to get me to come spend money at the restaurant. We all agree on that. That effort of trying to sell me on coming to spend my money is much easier the stronger your brand is. Think about something we all buy that we are passionate about. Like for me, Nike Air Jordans. I read the book Shoe Dog, freaking love it. You all have to read it, Phil Knight's story. But even before that, I was an avid supporter of Nike Air Jordans. Why? Because I grew up. My mom was from North Carolina. My dad was from Chicago in the 80s. Who in the hell was the biggest name ever? Michael Jordan. And it also is an identifier I have noticed people that are my age or older can connect with. They know what Air Jordan is. So I made a decision a long time ago to wear Nike Air Jordans a lot. I have many pairs of orange Air Jordans. When a new pair of orange Air Jordans comes out, there is no acquisition aspect or sales process from Nike. It's here it is. I already have such a belief and a trust in their brand that supports and makes the acquisition so much easier. When Apple brings out a new iPhone, people that already have an iPhone don't go, well, let me think, what's this whole Apple thing about? Let me look at their numbers. No, they go and buy the phone. That very strong brand that they have built makes their acquisition that much easier. I've seen it with America's Best Restaurants. For the past 5 years, we have been on the street telling people what we're doing with America's Best Restaurants. We have run paid advertising campaigns. We have run digital ones. We have hundreds of thousands of impressions a month. We have this year, I want to say we're on pace to hit like 2.2 billion with a B social media engagements. On a weekly basis, we see anywhere between 25 to 30 articles published on different sites from our visits and Facebook shares and all this great stuff. The more that happens, the more people like you become familiar with what we're doing with America's Best Restaurants and how we're trying to help tell your story and produce a really cool show on your behalf. The more we get that out there, the easier the conversation comes on the sales side. Because yes, there's a sales side to it. Even free, we have free listings. We have to convince people sometimes for the free listing. I don't know if they think it's a scam or what they think it is. But the more they see our brand, the more they follow our journey, the acquisition is easier. Just yesterday, Logan from our team signed up a restaurant for us to film at in 3 months, who he met with 12 months ago. The guy met with Logan this time a year ago. It wasn't a good fit for his restaurant for whatever reason. My guess is there was a lack of trust or understanding of what we do and why and how it would benefit the sales or branding effort of his company. And over the past year, he's watched our journey, and he told Logan, I've seen restaurants in my region and in my city get featured. I've seen what you're doing. It's exciting. It is well worth the investment. I want to come on board. Had it not been for that brand building process the past 12 months, and Logan picked up the phone again this year, he would have had to sell. Instead, the guy had an understanding, and it made the acquisition of him into our world much easier. So your restaurant has the same exact opportunity. That's what brand is. Branding is the product that goes into it. Matt Plapp's branding is orange and blue, is Air Jordans, is attract, build, retain, is restaurant marketing, is helping you acquire customers and retain them. That is a lot of the branding we put behind us. When I was at the NRA show last May, and a guy walked up to me and said, Matt, I wanted to come shake your hand. I was coming out of the bathroom, and he literally said, don't worry, I washed my hands. And I saw the orange J's. I knew it had to be one person. That is branding. But the brand behind that is what they come to be comfortable with or not comfortable with. There are restaurants like the gas station Popeyes up the street from our office that I'm not eating at, because my thought process of a chicken joint in a truck stop gas station that looks like it needed to be remodeled 20 years ago has created a thought of that brand in that situation. Hard pass. On the other side, the restaurant across the street, I'm comfortable with. And so me, Cozumel, the place that my wife and my kids are going to eat at tonight, I have developed a relationship with that restaurant because of the product they have delivered. Their brand is strong. The food, the drinks, the atmosphere, the entertainment, the customer service, everything. So when they market in the future, like they've opening a Florence one here in the near future, when they start marketing that and I see it, the conversion is so much easier because of my affiliation, understanding, and belief in their brand. So I hope that helped you put a meaning behind each one of those and get you to pull a piece of paper out and write a circle and say, what is my brand? What do I stand for? Who am I? What is the branding that pushes out that brand? How do I get that out there more and more? That's all I got. Talk to you tomorrow. So as you know, I don't charge for my content. We don't have sponsors. We don't have product placement in here. But what I want your help with is spreading the word. If you're finding value here, do me a favor. Share this on your social media. Share an episode with something that made sense to you, that's relevant to your restaurant, that you got value from, and tag Matt Plapp and America's Best Restaurants. Also, go to America's Best Restaurants on Facebook and on Google and leave us a review. Let us know the impact we've had on your restaurant with our roadshow, with our marketing help, or with our podcast. And last but not least, if you want to take the next step and help me out a lot and help us out a lot, text me a testimonial, 859-743-2408. That's my cell. A selfie video would be awesome about the impact this content or our company is having on your independent restaurant. But worst case scenario, just a few kind words. The way we can help lift this industry up is to help get content like this to more independent restaurant owners, and you are the key to spreading the word. I appreciate your support. Have an amazing day.